Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV, where we find obscure films with your favourite stars and we discuss them. Lloyd, what have we got?
Today, I've got a 10-pack of horror films. It's literally called Horror 10 Features over 14 hours. And to be honest, I struggled through 3 films before I settled on Mike Myers. Mike Myers, Halloween, The Curse of Mike Myers. So it's basically Halloween 6. If you guys want me to do any of the others on this 10 horror pack, just leave a comment below. I'm a big fan of John Carpenter's original Halloween, and that's the only one I've seen. This movie, of course, is the 6th movie in the series. Now, the film opens in these catacombs where a dark Satan-like ritual is underway. A baby is born and is marked with some sort of symbol. The mother of the child escapes with the baby and is pursued by Michael Myers. Of course. She is brutally killed but manages to hide the baby. Back in Haddonfield, the original house where Michael Myers was born, it's now occupied by a family. It's Halloween and a whole bunch of people die as Michael Myers appears. Donald Pleasance, Paul Rudd and Marion Hagen, who star in the film, find the baby and struggle to escape the relentless assault of this seemingly invincible masked demon. Now, this film came out in 1995 and was made for $5 million. It has had huge production issues, many reshoots, and it's had a large dispute with the director Joe Chappelle and the producers of the film. The version on this 10-pack is the producer's cut, so the theatrical cut. I haven't seen the director's cut, which you can only find in special editions of Halloween. Which one is better is hotly contested by a lot of Halloween fans. Now, I've got to say, this movie looks absolutely fantastic. The lighting is amazing. Like, there's lots of flashes of lightning, flashes of shadow where Mike Myers appears, and you're never really sure if it's a nightmare, like a nightmarish point of view, or if it's actuality. The whole film breathes the nature of an endless nightmare, you know. So I gotta say, it looks absolutely amazing. The production design is almost flawless as well. From the dark catacombs of the beginning, the suburban nightmare of Haddonfield, the hospital ending. I think every scene was done excellent. Also, the basements were done really well. It's got like all these endless pipes, which is just ridiculous. You never see a house with that many pipes, but it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, there is something in this movie about Mike Myers wanting to kill his whole bloodline. Like, that's the point. And there's this cult in it and stuff, but a lot of that, they introduce a lot of things and it's never really explained or concluded, and I think that's had to do with the reshoots and rewrites of this film, because it becomes muddled. But to be honest, who really cares? Because I was absolutely bored in this movie. It's so who's going to die from the beginning, and who's going to survive from the beginning, so what's the point in investing in any of the characters? Mike Myers is so invincible, it's so ridiculous. No one has a fighting chance. He just appears and kills someone. I think it's just, what's the point? Like, if you're interested in the pornography of violence, like gory scenes, to me gore is really boring, then yeah, go watch Mike Myers, the Halloween 6. But to me, I like a little bit of substance with horror movies. I loved Halloween, the first one. I love Psycho, and all slasher films emanate from Psycho. And this one, I don't know, it just feels like it's banking on the franchise. Here's some gore. Here's some loose reasons why this guy is out there killing people. And I don't know, I just didn't find it fun. I was really bored.
Let me ask you, because this is the bread and butter of horror films, is making people jump and giving people that exhilarating feeling. Did you jump at all?
No. There was great atmosphere, and I really liked how Mike Myers was appearing in the background. They're like looking over, he's over there, but it just got so repetitive. Like, maybe in the beginning, like, I was like, oh my gosh, but it just got so repetitive. Like, within 20 seconds, the music starts, the character, hello, is anyone here? When that begins, they're gonna die, and it just becomes so repetitive, and you're just waiting for them to die. Donald Pleasance, this is his last film, unfortunately. He's fantastic in the movie, a great presence, and you could tell he put in a lot of effort into this movie. His voice sounded really faint, but I think this was a fantastic role for him. It's just such a pity this was his last film, but good send-off, I guess, for him as a big horror enthusiast. Best scene is probably the dinner scene, where we see Marion Hagen having an argument with her father, an actor played by Bradford English, who's a very brutal alcoholic. It's a very tense scene, and it ends with a small kid pointing a knife at Bradford English, the father's groin, because it gets really heated, and the kid goes to defend the mother, and it's really tense, that scene, and it sort of reminds me of the scene in Unbreakable, where the kid is pointing the gun at Bruce Willis, wanting to shoot him to prove that he's a hero. It just had that kind of tension. It was really well done, and credit I think goes to the actors and the director for pacing that out. And there's also great lighting in the hospital sequence towards the end, where they're running through the bowels of the hospital and Mike Myers is chasing them, and it's all lit red. Kind of echoes Aliens by James Cameron, and of course Alien 3 by David Fincher. All in all, I can't recommend this movie. I think it's a terrible film, but if you're a fan of Halloween and you really like the gore, like you find gore fun, then yeah, go watch it. But if you like a bit of substance with your movies, you're going to struggle through this one.
How was Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd, yeah, this is interesting for him. He plays like this because he plays the kid who saw he was the neighbor of Mike Myers, so he saw the murder that all happened when he was a kid, and so he's grown up all traumatized. He's really to himself. A lot of people pay out the role that he's too mean, he's just a douche to be a hero, because he's kind of the hero in the piece, but you kind of understand it knowing that his background, that he's a traumatized kid, and he sort of plays like this dark guy to himself of the school, you know what I mean, like almost like a Columbine High School sort of kid. But okay. I thought he did a very good job considering the background of the character.
Cool. Well, you guys can find more from us at www.podmeifyoucan.com.